Something I get asked about a lot is Stella's use of time concept words, so I want to dive into that a little bit. Stella has 3 different time concept buttons: now, later, and soon. I first introduced now and later when I observed Stella communicating about sequences of events in her day and things that were going to happen later through our routine activities. I wanted to give her a chance to talk about what was happening now and also comment and request things that would happen later on in the day. So to teach this, I paired now with things that were happening right in the moment. I would model eat now as Stella was already eating, water now as I was filling up her water dish, play now as she pounced on a ball or brought it over to me to initiate play. Then I modeled later for things that I knew were going to happen later in the day. Walk later, buy later, park later. And then the next step of that is when it came time for those events, modeling it again paired with now. Walk now right before the walk, park now right before going to the park, buy now right before leaving. So this worked really well for the two of us for a while, but then Stella started communicating about things that I had said would happen later and checking in on them throughout the day. So that's when I decided a third concept, soon, was needed. So now for us, now is anything in the next 10 minutes. Soon is maybe about an hour away, and later is anything past that. If you want to teach time concepts to your dog, I strongly recommend waiting to introduce the buttons for them until your dog can independently combine words together. You can verbally model them in your natural speech with your dog, now, later, soon, as you're talking about your day together, and get them ready for when you do introduce those buttons. The reason I recommend waiting to add them until your dog can combine words is because they're really tricky to respond to as standalone words. Your dog will get the most benefit from them if they can answer questions and combine words together. You will get the most benefit from them too if your dog is at that stage. If your dog just walks up and says later, the question is later what? If your dog walks up and says now, again, the question is now what? But if your dog has the skills to answer that question or to combine words together to say something like walk later, you understand what they're saying, you can respond, and it's a successful communication event. Please let me know any more questions about this in the comments, and if you have any more things that you want me to talk through and get tips about.